Again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you that follow me here and of this little community here on YouTube. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you're doing well. My name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, crystals and their magical properties, and I also do readings on the channel, and I talk about all manner of philosophical and spiritual topics. So if you're interested in those types of things, you know what to do. Please subscribe, join this amazing community, and click the bell icon to be notified each time I post a new video. And as always, this is a safe place if you're a practicing witch, Wiccan, pagan, or whatever spiritual path you may be on, because there's no right or wrong spiritual path, just the path which is right for you, the individual. Now, today I'm going to be talking about what's meant for you won't get by you. So growing up, like my mum would say this to me a lot, like what's for you won't get by you. And I'd think about that a lot and go, that doesn't really make sense, because like if you work for certain things, then obviously those certain things you work for are going to happen. And then like bad things, what happened to you, they shouldn't happen. Anyway, but now I'm much older, and even Goddess Hecate, she's told me this, Archangel Michael I work with, because there are many spirit guides I have, but Goddess Hecate and Archangel Michael, like those two I work with quite a lot. So they've told me that in their own way, like everything that happens is meant to happen, and it happens for a reason. And that's something grown up I would hear, not like what's meant for you won't get by you, and then everything that happens, it happens for a reason. A lot of you watch me, probably you've heard these sayings as well, but you may have thought about them or tried to make them sense, but they didn't. But now it does make sense to me, because like everything that happens in your life, good, bad, horrible, it's meant to happen for a reason, and the reason there is to teach you lessons. For example, I'll go into some bad examples and then some good examples, meaning there's bad experiences that are going to happen to you in life, and none of us like bad experiences, but a bad experience can teach you a lot of lessons. For example, if you're a very kind, compassionate person, you will at some point in your life you'll experience betrayal, because it could be from a family member, it could be people who you thought were your friend. Now in my life, there are someone who did betray me. Like one night I did see a little bit of their true colours, but I never said anything. But I still seen them as this kind, compassionate person. You know, and they done something and I made excuses for them, meaning I just, but my sister could see this person for who they truly were, so could my mum. My sister never really said anything because she was very wise. My mum did, but because I saw this person in a certain light, I just dismissed whatever my mum said, and then my sister said, just leave it, don't say anything, let them find out themselves. Now I found out myself that this person did betray me, and they weren't what I thought they were. They weren't the person I thought they were, and they did betray me. Or the way they left me made me feel very upset, and also a bit, upset, hurt and betrayed. And the feelings are still there, but, through journaling, I've processed those feelings. But what that betrayal's taught me is sometimes in life, somebody could smile at your face, someone could say the right things, and sometimes your intuition is a very strong tool. We've all got intuition, but sometimes in life, your intuition's off around a person, meaning maybe your whole family can see a person the way they are. Your whole family can see somebody's true colours. Just as I said, when it came to self-forgiveness and I was talking about my auntie, like, I could see what the people my auntie called her friends, I could see that weren't my auntie's friends, they were just using her. I could see that, but my auntie couldn't see it. And I was in a similar situation. My mum could see this person who I idolised or saw as a friend. They were no friend of mine, they were just using and exploiting me. I couldn't see that. And I know my intuition wasn't telling me that this person was using me, And that can happen. You could be a very spiritual person, because there's levels to spirituality and things like that. There's levels. And, you could see that sometimes somebody could be right in front of you. They could be betraying you, using you, you think they're helping you, but actually they're just using you. You may benefit temporarily out of this experience, but by and large that person does not have good intentions. But what that teaches you is not to judge a book by its cover. You know, sometimes in life, people are not what we think they are, meaning they're not this nice, kind, compassionate person we thought they were. So that's what betrayal teaches you. It teaches you a lot of lessons. I don't feel anger towards this person who betrayed me. I just pity them, meaning I do feel sorry for them because it's their loss, not mine, as well. And, you know, and they'll never grow as well. And they might have the knowledge, they know what they've done, or maybe they're that ignorant they don't know what they've done. But anyway, that is, sometimes in life you'll experience betrayal, but if you experience it, you're meant to experience it to teach you lessons. Another thing in your life what could happen, what is a bad thing to happen, but if it happens it's meant to happen, is you could be married to somebody for 20 years. You've got you could be a man, you could be very nice, you could be a very nice husband, or you could be a very nice wife, but the two of you grow apart. You're that working, you don't have intimate time together, you grow apart, or the two of you love each other but you're not in love. You may have treated each other with kindness, respect, but then the relationship ends. You wish it didn't happen, but if the two of you were meant to be together for the rest of your life, you would be. But the fact you were meant to meet each other for a time, and that relationship, though it's coming to an end and that's sad, does teach you valuable lessons. But if it was meant to last until death do you part, then it would be that way. It would work out that way, And those are the bad those are the bad things that happen in life. They're not nice experiences to go through or happen, but they do teach valuable lessons. And then on to the positive side of things. So, Heartstoppers, this is a fictional book, there's 5 books, but even though this is a fictional book, there's seeds of truth because it's a great LGBT book, it explains, it's got a lot of lessons, like it teaches you not to judge a book by its cover, because the character here, who is Nick, there's a Netflix film, these two are the Netflix actors, and his real name in life is Kit Connor, but Nick, Kit Connor plays Nick, like Tal, who's one of Charlie's friends, he says he knows that Charlie's got a crush on Nick, but he says with Nick's straight, but then Charlie discovers later on that he's bisexual. So it just shows, don't judge a book by its cover. There's lots of lessons, and you shouldn't assume someone's sexuality. There's even like some of the teachers, one of the teachers says it, and then Nick sort of says, and Charlie sort of says it to Nick, gay and straight are not the only options. There's lots of different sexualities out there. So there's lots of lessons in this book. But anyway, I'm going to read a little bit to the... So, the thing that happens here, what I believe is meant to happen, but it can happen in real life too, is like, sometimes in life, 2 people go to school together, and then they start as friends, and then they're like high school sweethearts, they leave school, they get married, or they're still in a relationship, and they were meant to go to the same school together, they were meant to be together, because if they weren't, they wouldn't have went to the same school, it wouldn't have happened. So, it's the same sometimes, like, sometimes teachers let students sit with their friends, or sit in a classroom with their friends, or sit where they like. It's like pick a seat, sit down. But in some schools, the teacher will decide a sitting placement, meaning like that's your seat, you sit there, and then they put you next to someone, And sometimes the teacher puts these 2 people together, and to me they're meant to be put together as well. So I'm just going to read this part of the story. Right, so this is what the teacher says to Charlie. Well, if it isn't Charlie Spring. Hey, Mr. Lucas. Happy New Year. Let's see, where did I put you on the sitting placement. Ah, yes, you're over there next to Nicholas Nelson. He's only year 11, so only a year older than you. So the teacher puts these two boys together. Charlie he's gay like me, he does have a crush on Nick. He does have a crush on them. He has a crush, but the two of them start chatting. They're just friends. That relationship progresses into something deeper, and eventually through the book you see the progression where they do become boyfriends and that. And I just love Heartstoppers. Fictional book, but there's a lot of beautiful life lessons in it as well, and there's a lot of it really does represent the LGBT community in a very positive, good way, and as well. But again, my message there, though I've read that to you, is sometimes in life that happens, but you're sat next to someone in school because the teachers put you in a sitting placement, and something that's a good thing because it's the two of you that become the best of friends, or you become lovers, and it's meant to be that way. So there's situations in life, good situations, what are meant to happen for you. Now this doesn't mean just because like some people, they want to go to Paris, they want to go to Japan, but they'll and it doesn't mean you shouldn't work. What's meant for you won't go by. It doesn't mean you shouldn't work for your dreams or your goals. It doesn't mean that. It just means there's certain things in life what you agreed to, and to me, I'll talk about this soul contracts, but to me the reason why like everything that's meant for you, everything that happens to you is meant to happen, and you agreed that these things would happen to you in this life before you came here, before your soul even reincarnated, in order for your soul to learn lessons, and everything happens for a reason as well. So that is, I truly believe that everything what happens is meant to happen. So what's meant for you won't go by you. Good things are meant for you, bad things and horrible things. And sometimes in life, it's like when it comes to like manifestation, spell work, as a practicing witch, and some of you here but follow me are also witches or magical practitioners, or you're very spiritual people that do spiritual techniques to manifest your goals and dreams. It's like there are many words beyond this one, and there's already a version of you that is rich. There's already a version of you that is healthy. There's already a version of you that's in your dream job. So when we do like spell work or ritual, we're connecting to that version of us that already exists, and to me, the reason why you seek certain things in this life, like you've got certain dreams and desires, is because you're meant to achieve these goals and desires in life, and you wouldn't desire them if you weren't meant to achieve them as well. So as always, I hope this brings some guidance, some help. As always, giving you food for thought, sharing my spiritual thoughts and information, spiritual thoughts and ideas with you as well. And in the thumbnail for this video, when it comes to like Nick and Charlie sitting together, I've put that on the thumbnail because I'd highly recommend reading Heartstoppers, the 5 books, and even watching the Netflix film because there's so many lessons. It's a great movie, series movie, and the books are great as well. And as I'm someone that's dyslexic, if you struggle with dyslexia, Heartstoppers is a great book, if you do have issues with dyslexia as well. But I just love that part because the two of them do sit together because the teacher put them together on a register and they're meant to sit together. So again, everything that happens, it's meant to happen, and it happens for a reason. And the reason is to teach you lessons. Like everything you go through in life, every part of your life is there as a teacher, is there to teach you something as well, and to learn from something as well. As always, I hope it brings some guidance, some help, and sharing my food for thought. So, till next time, stay safe, stay well, walk your spiritual path with pride, and if you're a practicing witch like me, stay witchy. May meet, may part, meet again. Blessed be.